There have been some good Spider-Man movies in the past, and there have been some bad Spider-Man movies in the past. We started off good with the Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi trilogy, but unfortunately, the third movie of the trilogy was a bit of a letdown. Wrong! Okay, it was bad, and some moments would make you... But the last 20 minutes was cool, right? Then we had the Andrew Garfield trilogy cut short, because the second movie was just okay.
You serious?
Well, okay, fine. It was a bit of a letdown as well. But then something crazy happened. We got the MCU Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. And not only were the movies good, they got better as they progressed.
So good.
How was this possible, you ask? Why am I giving these movies so much praise? Let's dive into what exactly went down. Because, you know...
I'm something of a scientist myself.
First off, let's talk about what needed to be avoided. And number one was... incompetent people that lack the skills and knowledge or somehow making decisions. Let's take a look at Spider-Man 3. Because Raimi did not know the Venom character well, he did not want Venom in the movie. However, executives told him he had to include Venom, which led to the movie having 3 villains. A marriage proposal, Uncle Ben's real killer, Gwen Stacy's introduction, Harry and Peter's conflict, the black suit, Eddie Brock's story, and cringe emo Peter Parker.
Peter, no one wants that.
Most people know there were too many villains and subplots in Spider-Man 3. So when Amazing Spider-Man 2 was overstuffed with Electro, Green Goblin, Peter and Gwen relationship woes, the Parker family secrets, Oscorp's true intentions, the setup of the Sinister Six, and Gwen's death, you might be asking yourself, wait, what?
That's a question. That's a question.
Now, when you look at the Spider-Man Infinity Saga trilogy, you might be scratching your head a bit. Isn't Spider-Man No Way Home stuffed with villains, heroes, characters, and subplots? Wouldn't that make for a bad movie as well?
If you spot something like that happening, you turn and you run the other way.
The difference here is that in Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi did not want all the villains and plot points. He did not know what to do with everything. The same thing can be said for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. However, No Way Home was created with all the villains and heroes in mind. Kevin Feige and Marvel created the movie to be that way from the start. They weren't burdened with unnecessary additions, at least nothing too overwhelming or unfamiliar to handle.
Business is good.
With that being said, it brings me to my first point about why we were spoiled with the Infinity Saga Spider-Man. There was no bad movie. With Marvel pumping out what I would call mid to meh movies recently, you can really feel proud of what we had back in the day. Just look at this lineup. We had Thor, Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War, Captain Marvel, Endgame, and then Spider-Man, Far From Home, all in a row.
Magic! More magic! Magic with a kick! Magic with a...
Now, I actually didn't like Homecoming and Far From Home a whole lot.
Come on, how dare you?
How dare I? How dare you?
Don't get me wrong, they are good movies, but I always thought something was missing. The movies kind of seemed childish, or that Spider-Man was acting a little young and made so many annoying mistakes. What was crazy to me was when the No Way Home twist came. The death of Aunt May. Spider-Man finally learns about the responsibility he must carry and the sacrifices he will always have to make. This finally puts into perspective why he was still acting young in the first 2 movies, and it made the entire trilogy so much better for me. And it's important to mention, we did not have to watch the basic origin story for the 3rd time. Instead, we got an amazing twist that surprised audiences around the world.
She told me that with great power comes great responsibility.
No Way Home not only elevated the MCU Spider-Man movies, but also enhanced the older Spider-Man films. Andrew Garfield's amazing Spider-Man series, initially considered the weakest, saw a notable shift in audience approval after his compelling portrayal in No Way Home. The film sparked an internet movement advocating for the completion of his trilogy. Additionally, the plot of Spider-Man 2, where Dr. Octopus abruptly turns from evil to good without explanation, was addressed in No Way Home. The film takes Doc Ock from his villain estate, provides a cure, and seamlessly integrates him back into the narrative, allowing him to play a pivotal role in saving the day.
I will not die a monster.
Spider-Man's seamless integration into the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe elevated the character's narrative, contributing to a rich and interconnected storytelling experience. The Web-Slinger's inclusion not only expanded the scope of his individual story, but also allowed for dynamic collaborations with other iconic Marvel characters. This integration not only pleased longtime fans, but also introduced new audiences to a more expansive and cohesive superhero universe, enhancing the overall depth and enjoyment of Spider-Man's cinematic journey.
You got hard, kid. Where you from?
Queens?
Brooklyn.
Tom Holland's portrayal of Peter Parker brought a perfect blend of vulnerability and wit, making him a relatable and endearing protagonist. The trilogy skillfully developed Peter's relationships, especially with mentor figures like Tony Stark, and the evolving dynamics with friends like Ned and MJ.
Probably stop staring before it gets creepy, though.
Too late. You guys are losers.
The emotional depth and genuine camaraderie between characters added layers to the narrative, enhancing the audience's investment in their fates. The trilogy's ability to balance high-stakes superhero action with nuanced character development contributed to its success in creating a memorable and emotionally resonant cinematic experience within the broader Infinity Saga.
I got homework.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
No, I'm being serious.
The Spider-Man film journey has seen its highs and lows, with the MCU's Tom Holland's trilogy emerging as a standout success. Tom Holland's portrayal, supported by well-developed relationships and emotionally resonant narratives, marked a refreshing and memorable era for the iconic superhero. The trilogy's ability to navigate complex plots and maintain quality across all three films stands as a testament to the prowess of Marvel storytelling in the superhero genre. Fingers crossed we can keep the streak going with whatever comes next.
Hey, that's gonna dissolve in 2 hours.
No. Come fix this.
2 hours. You deserve that.
I got ice cream in
You
here,
deserve
man.
that. You're a criminal. Bye, Mr. Criminal.